unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, heated debate. See what local officials are doing to provide funding for the SEATS paratransit program.
In Siren Song, we'll tell you how Johnson County officials are prepping for future weather emergencies.
The DITV Sports Studio brings you all the reaction from Iowa's loss to Notre Dame last night.
All that and much more coming your way next.
Your Wednesday edition of Daily Iowan TV starts now.
I'm Tom Brokaw. For more than 100 years now, the University of Iowa community has been waking up to the Daily Iowan. Today, it's the largest newsroom in eastern Iowa. And now you can see the news every night on Daily Iowan TV and get it anytime worldwide at dailyiowan.com.
Thanks for tuning in to your Wednesday edition of Daily Iowan TV. I'm Brad Maxwell.
And I'm Iowan Simic. City officials met with county supervisors Wednesday in the ongoing saga of finding funding for the paratransit service SEATS. Officials met with supervisors Janelle Reddick and Terrence Newsill in the latest meeting about the controversial funding decision. The SEATS program provides transportation for senior citizens, people with disabilities, or other Johnson County residents in need of assistance. The county is no longer able to afford funding the mandatory service. Cities will likely have to help fund the service, but mayors are hoping the county will still help subsidize the program. According to county supervisors, the cities are federally required to provide paratransit, but the county is no longer willing to foot the entire bill. University of Iowa employee Terry Cunningham is optimistic about the SEATS program and feels that it should continue.
I'm able to use the bionic bus of the CAN bus system, but there are some restrictions that they've made lately. I couldn't have gotten to this meeting today without SEATS.
Read more about this story in Thursday's pages of the Daily Iowan.
A new trial date has been set for the Iowa City landlord who allegedly peeped on his tenants. Elwin Miller's trial has been moved to start on May 21st at 9 a.m. The pretrial conference will now be held on May 6th. Miller's trial was previously set to begin on April 9th. Miller is charged with 11 counts of invasion of privacy after allegedly peeping in on his female tenants through man-made holes in the walls and ceilings of bathrooms within the buildings. Miller was arrested on November 1st last year. The alleged peeping took place between August 1st and October 31st of 2012.
Johnson County has lost half of its fleet of snowplows after a fire engulfed a county building on the west side of Iowa City Monday night. 5 trucks were damaged and 3 more are likely to be a total loss. According to the Associated Press, the estimated cost of damages could total up to $700,000. No one was hurt during the fire and an investigation is still underway as of Wednesday. Officials say the remaining trucks should be able to handle any spring snowstorms that may occur in the area.
And still to come on Daily Iowan TV, see how a Top Chef competition took over Iowa City.
And head west, young man, one former Hawkeye has found a new home. Find out who in sports.
But first, let's check in with our...
That siren may be annoying, but it sounds familiar. Did you hear the alert that sounded on the radio Wednesday morning?
This is only a drill. All schools, businesses, hospitals, and other institutions are urged to treat this as if it were a real emergency and practice your severe weather emergency plans.
Brad, that was part of Iowa's Severe Weather Awareness Week.
Yeah, I heard that earlier. These were sirens that went off different Johnson County districts around 10 and 10:30 on Wednesday morning as a countywide drill.
Yeah, officials at the Johnson County Emergency Management Agency urged residents and schools within the county to hold their own drills as the sirens went off, since the drill was pretty authentic.
We actually sound the exact same siren we would during an actual event. It's just for a shorter duration. During an actual event, the sirens will go off for about 3 minutes for every warning that's issued by a National Weather Service or every time a tornado is actually sighted in the community.
Wilson also said regularly scheduled siren tests will not occur for the month of April. Drills have been going on since 2007. Iowa Severe Weather Awareness Week will end on March 29th.
Well, the weather hasn't been too severe this week, but it has been unusual. Let's check in with Megan Tickner for our local weather report. Megan, can we expect to see more spring-like conditions in the near future?
Well, guys, warmer temperatures are definitely on the way and hopefully for good. Thursday morning will greet us with temps in the high 20s, and by the afternoon the sun will be shining as the temp may reach up to 45 degrees. Moving into the evening, temps will stay in the low 40s with partly cloudy skies. Looking ahead to the rest of the week, Friday will bring some of the highest temperatures we've seen in a while, reaching up to the mid-50s. Both Saturday and Sunday we will be consistently in the mid-50s, but Saturday there is a chance of rain. And Monday and Tuesday will bring us partly cloudy skies and temperatures in the low to mid-40s. So hopefully the snow is gone for good and we can finally start enjoying spring-like weather. Well, that's all I have here. Back to you guys.
Downtown Iowa City's culinary scene merged Tuesday night with the expanding local brewery scene in the 3rd annual Iowa City Top Chef competition. So whether you're hungry, thirsty, or have a sweet tooth, Daily Iowan TV's Nick Safransky has your Top Chef scoop.
More than 300 guests arrived Tuesday night at Hotel Vetro amidst a flurry of food creations. Yotopia and Molly's Cupcakes were among many local establishments that vowed not only for the praise of the patrons' taste buds, but for the honor of Iowa City's 2013 Top Culinary Awards. Scrumptious samples, tasty treats, and delicious desserts were all just a fingertip away at this year's showcase. Participants competed in several categories including Top Chef, Pastries, Mixology, and Best Brew. A group of judges were on hand, including former Iowa kicker Nate Kading, to make the decision who's Iowa City's 2013 Top Chef. The creations were not only critiqued by the judges, but the guests also got to vote on who they thought had the best taste for the People's Choice Award.
There's been several different dishes with pork belly that have all been really good.
I really enjoyed the pork tenderloin that was from Lynn Street. I think it's probably my favorite I've had so far.
For some of the vendors like Millstream Brewery, the event is less about competition and more about supporting each other.
There's just such a movement lately, to go buy local, support your local products and local breweries, your local food establishments.
Betsy Potter, the event organizer, was excited about the rapid success in the event's 3rd year as she reiterated the overall goal.
And still the goal of it is to promote and showcase all of the awesome restaurants in Iowa City because we have a fantastic culinary scene and a fantastic mixologist scene really in the downtown, and then we have all these fantastic local brewers too that we love to showcase.
But as the evening came to a wrap, the votes had to be tallied and an award was given out to the winner in each category. The top honor in 2013's Top Chef competition went out to Shorts Burger and Shine in the judges' vote. And in the People's Choice, it was everyone's favorite, the stuffed Iowa pork tenderloin at Lynn Street Cafe. Nick Safransky, Daily Iowan TV.
If you missed out on the showcase, not to worry. You can always go grab a bite to eat at the restaurants that participated downtown.
Weeks after sequestration cuts took place across the country, University of Iowa officials are feeling the weight on their shoulders when it comes to specific students at the university. After several branches of the military felt the pressure to suspend federal tuition assistance, the national government has said no. This tuition assistance is separate from the GI Bill. A recent amendment passed by Congress would protect students by prohibiting the military from cutting that tuition aid. Dennis Arps, who works with the UI Veteran Services, told the Daily Iowan there are hundreds of students at the university receiving tuition money from the military and that it's important for the government to protect those rights. Read more about this story in Thursday's edition of the Daily Iowan.
If you walk down Clinton Street on Wednesday, you might have seen Iowa City's Yotopia's frozen yogurt looking a bit different than usual. One of the glass panels at the front of the shop was shattered and now covered with boards and plastic bags. Store manager Ronan Breed said they're not 100% sure what happened, saying, quote, "Somebody broke in last night. It wasn't an attempt of robbery," end quote. Breed also said store owner Veronica Tesler has been talking with their insurance company to find out what a replacement panel will cost them.
Well, Brad, I don't know if you watched the Iowa women's basketball game last night, but I was there. Beautiful atmosphere. Tough loss for the ladies.
Yeah, they came up a little bit short. It was nice to see them play really hard, though. Yeah. We'll toss it over to Eric Dawn for all your Hawkeye sports updates. Eric?
Hello and welcome back, as always, to the Daily Iowan TV Sports Studio. It has been a successful winter for Hawkeye sports with postseason play galore for several sports. The women's basketball team faced a stiff challenge in the NCAA tournament against top-seeded Notre Dame. The men's swimming and diving team prepares for the NCAA championships, plus one former Hawkeye is heading west to Nevada. We'll get things started once again on the hardwood as the ladies look to keep dancing in the NCAA tournament. Against Notre Dame, the Lady Hawks had the benefit of playing on their home floor, but their opponents were up to the task. Let's recap all of last night's action. It was always going to take a perfect performance if Iowa was to beat #1 seed Notre Dame, even inside of Carver Hawkeye Arena. The Fighting Irish swarmed all over the Hawkeyes from the start with their pressure defense leading them to an early 21-8 lead. All-American guards Skylar Diggins and Kayla McBride led the Fighting Irish to a 12-point halftime lead. McBride had a sensational first half, hitting 4 three-pointers while scoring 24 points in the first half. Turnovers plagued the Lady Hawks throughout the game as Notre Dame never let Iowa back into it. The top-ranked Irish forced 21 turnovers as Lisa Bluter's bunch never could find an answer for Diggins and company. Iowa was bounced from the NCAA tournament 74-57. Kayla McBride led all scorers with a game-high 28 points, while Diggins chipped in 16 of her own. It was an emotional end of a hard-fought season for the Hawkeyes. Head coach Lisa Bluter talks about last night's defeat.
You know, there's not a lot of time when they're coming to the bench there. I told Jamie not to cry. She started to kind of do that. But, you know, I'm just so appreciative of everything they've done for us in the last 4 years. It was a great season for us. And don't hang your head about this loss. And everybody seems to always remember your last game, and that's, I think, it's not right sometimes to always remember your whole season by one game. But I just told them, you know, we lost to a great team out there today, a team that's probably going to be playing in the national championship game.
We here at DITV would like to congratulate the ladies on a wonderful season. And as basketball season comes to a close, the men's swimming team prepares to make a splash at the NCAA championships in Indianapolis. Daily Iowan TV's Rebecca Swives is poolside with everything you need to know.
Thanks, Eric. I'm here poolside at the Campus Recreation and Wellness Center, but the Hawkeyes are already in Indianapolis gearing up to compete in the 2013 NCAA Championship meet. The Hawkeyes are back in the pool after finishing 7th at the Big Ten Conference Championship meet just 4 weeks ago. During the meet, the Hawkeyes broke 9 school records, including the 200 breaststroke by junior Andrew Marciniak, and both the 200 and 400 medley relays. The Hawkeyes hope the success from the Big Ten Championship will carry over to the NCAA Championship, where seniors Jordan Huff and Byron Butler will lead their team through the 3-day meet, where they will compete against the very best in the nation. The quartet of Butler, Huff, Marciniak, and freshman David Ernston will compete in both the 200 and 400 medley relays, while junior Grant Petulius will join Huff, Butler, and Ernston to compete in the 800 freestyle relay. Now, if you want live updates on the meet, you can go to ESPN3.com. That's all for me here at the pool. Back to you in the studio.
While the Iowa football team kicks off spring practice, one former Hawkeye coach has found a new home. Former assistant coach Lester Erb has been hired as an assistant at Nevada, where he will serve as the special teams coordinator and running backs coach. Erb spent the last 13 seasons at Iowa, including the last 5 as running backs coach, where he helped consensus All-American Sean Green to the Doak Walker Award given to the nation's most outstanding running back. We wish Coach Erb all the best in his new position. That's all I have for you tonight. You can check us out again tomorrow, same time, same place. Brad, Giovanna, back to you at the desk.
And only with Daily Iowan TV can you get a first look into Thursday's pages of the Daily Iowan. Read about how one Iowa City group is making pillowcases to help victims of domestic abuse.
And find out about the University of Iowa students' government's change of heart when it comes to the proposed Johnson County Justice Center.
That's your latest edition of Daily Iowan TV. You can check us out the same time tomorrow or anytime online at dailyiowan.com.
Thanks for watching and have a great night.